Hi guys, welcome back into my channel. I'm Meg. It's great to see you here. For newcomers, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I am a creative director and mindfulness coach, and I am here to help share the tips on my entrepreneurial journey these past 5 years in hopes of providing light to others. So let's dive into today's video. I wanted to specifically talk about existing clients that you are working with as a freelance creative. Tip number one is lean into the work that you're doing with the clients that you have already. And I know it's tempting to think that more is better and that we want to diversify, and that is all really, really great too. But we have to sort of take inventory and stock of where we're at today. So one of the things I like to say with existing clients is if you've wrapped up a project and you've submitted an invoice and there's a little bit of a lull in timing, reach out and ask them if they need anything. Do they need help? Are there any things coming up on the horizon that you might be able to sort of take off their plate? And I always think of myself as an extension of their brand. So I work with creative teams for large Fortune 500 companies, and they're pretty big and they're pretty stressed out and they're pretty robust and complicated in terms of the organizational structures. And having been in-house myself, I totally understand the inner workings. And I remember what it was like for me when I was hiring people like me. And so one of the things I like to remind people of is you are an extension of that brand, and there's always a chance that they may have something for you to help with. So always reach out. Number one tip, reach out, just ask them, do you need any help? Also, send them your monthly availability. So every single month, usually at least a week or two prior to the first of the month, I send a note to my existing clients and prospective clients on what I have available so that they can plug into me, or they can put me on hold, or they can ask me if I'm able to work on a project with them at a designated time. And it may feel like you're sort of being redundant, or even that you're desperate, or you're like telling people, it's kind of like when you're dating and you reach out to people like, hey, do you want to go out tonight? And I think you have to remember that these individuals that you're working with usually tend to be really taxed and they're super busy. So the more that you can make it easy for them, the better. So number one, leaning into your existing clients and offering help, asking them if they need anything. May you be able to provide them with the service that they could get off of their plate. Number two, send them your monthly availability always. And alongside that, the third thing with the existing clients, I will usually send like a little snapshot, or almost like a passion project, like, oh, I worked on this creative test and we found so much inspiration in nature, and here's some of the images. Or if you're a writer, you could say, here's a little excerpt, that I came up with on my free write this week. And like any way to sort of shine your own individual light and your authentic self is so key, because we're relationship building, and clients want to feel like you are a part of their team and that they understand sort of the dynamic of what you're doing in your career. And the more you can show them your passion, your fire, your individual spirit, the better. And I know it feels a little vulnerable sometimes when you're putting yourself out there. I know I do. Sometimes like the imagery from a shoot, turns out in a certain way, and usually I'm really proud. It's of course a group collaboration, but it's definitely has our own personal stamp. And I think that's what makes like creativity and freelancing such a really tricky balance, because we really, really, really feel so strongly about our work. So here is a time to really spell out what you represent and how you feel. Though that is number one, leaning into existing clients. Okay, number two, have a first-class attitude and be upbeat and positive. Whether you're working on site with clients like I do, show up on time, with an enthusiastic attitude and a smile on your face. Like the energy that we employ and like the surrounding vibes, I know make a tremendous difference. And there's so many times when clients of mine will literally say like, gosh, you're like a breath of fresh air. So again, like they're coming from a very stressful organization for the most part and looking to have this like help. Like we're supposed to make their lives easier. So show up on time, be positive. Also, refrain from negativity or any gossip. Like just don't participate in it. It's so much stronger. And again, the vibration that you have that's so much higher is going to shine through. And that comes with your confidence, again, your spirit, like what makes you unique, and also the sense of professionalism and discipline that you bring to your craft. You know, I feel like for me, when I'm on set, I go into the zone. It reminds me of being in my volleyball career for so many years as like an All-American athlete. I just get into a zone and I'm serious and focused and I feel like I'm in my flow. And I think if you're not experiencing those things either, then it may be a good chance or opportunity for you to evaluate, like, am I in the right role, or is this really inspiring me, or is this work really something that I feel is what I want to continue? But hopefully it is. And so it's your opportunity to just really like show people who you are by being, you know, positive and upbeat. Also, be yourself and don't be afraid to offer ideas and suggestions. I know that for me, when I was often hiring really big crews earlier on in my career, it was so nice if somebody came up with a suggestion, and it's never a bad option to like explore any idea. I think we're all human beings. We all have a really functioning great brain that comes up with different thoughts, and we're just all very different. And I think welcome and be different, like be yourself. Like that's why they've hired you. You know, I know that sometimes it can feel, again, like you're putting yourself on display, or that if you show parts of your personality that maybe it's a little too much. But as long as you're maintaining your professionalism, I say shine your light and be as authentically you as you can. So down to what you wear. If you are loving vibrant colors and you're really into styling yourself out, that's excellent. Like if you are really articulate with your makeup, please leave me a link down below, because I don't really wear makeup that much and I'd love to learn how to do it more professionally. But that's kind of something that you could bring to the table, and people appreciate when you like put little things into your own self, that self-care, whether it's like the way you present yourself. Or one of the things I do on set, and my clients know this, is like when I have my coffee, and usually we have a little like downtime before we start shooting, I usually have my journal, and even if I have 10 minutes, I like to write an intention, and I kind of just remove myself or just go sit over on a table on the side and just kind of collect myself. And you know, that's me. Like I'm a writer at heart, and I like to write down intentions, and I feel that our words are really powerful. I'm also super mindful of the actual words that I say out loud, whether I'm directing people or I'm talking to my client or I'm talking to somebody at lunch. Like our words are so powerful. So harness your own gifts as a freelancer, and don't be afraid to celebrate them. By offering those suggestions and ideas that maybe you otherwise would be a little bit shy about. Just get in the game, you know, like here you are, you're getting paid for this craft, whatever it is that you bring, and there's part of you that is so much more layered and complex, and it's absolutely so great to show people those parts of you. Number 3, so first tip as a recap is really lean into existing clients by asking if they need help, sending availability. Number 2, first class attitude, showing up on time, having a smile, being really flexible. Number 3, make it easy for your clients to plug into you. So This is a little bit more of a balancing act, and I will definitely do more videos around like rate negotiation and how to address scope creep and things that come up, because it does. But it's really important that you remember you're being paid as a consultant for a service, for a craft, and something that you're maybe very passionate about, that you've done for a long time. And as much as you may feel certain ways, it's best to not be high maintenance, but instead show your flexibility and really highlight that you're a team player and that you're here again to make their lives easier. You're their ally, and the primary reason that you're there is to provide the service. The other thing is, make sure you answer their calls and texts and emails, or better yet, in person if there's something that needs to be addressed. Be present. And guys, when I talk about making it easy for clients to plug into you, it's kind of ironic, but don't be on your phone all the time. Whether you're on a Zoom or you're in person, be present in the moment. And again, keeping the vibration so high. This is the stuff that people pick up on. They can feel your warmth and your energy and your availability. So if you're truly there and you're plugged into them, it also makes you so much more perceptive and able to offer up ideas and things that really could help them. I know for me, like, I have to really make sure the day before a project starts that I get a good night's sleep and that I do a meditation, and the rituals are so important. So be mindful as you gear up to get onto a new project that you want to put your best, absolute best foot forward that you can. And know that you are being hired for a reason, and just always remember that there's no other you. So have confidence and know that you will be rewarded the more that you're yourself and the more that you believe in yourself and your craft. And then the last tip for today is the surprise and delight. So who doesn't love a surprise and delight, like a little treat? And clients are no different. And it's business. So any chance you can to, write a snail mail card or even just an email thanking them. Sometimes after a long shoot, I'll write a note to the producer and just say, oh my gosh, like it was such a highlight to collaborate and I really loved like how XYZ turned out. I'm so glad we were able to bring that to life. Something positive, a positive vibration, leaving things on a really high note. And again, you're opening that doorway to communication and to relationship building that makes them want to engage with you again. And they want to recreate that experience again. And they want to feel that ease and that great, end result. They want to duplicate it because again, they want to make their lives easier. Another thing I also find to be really helpful is like offering a free, depending on your industry, like a little free industry suggestion, or sometimes like I'll do a photography analysis of things I'm seeing that big sites are doing and what I find interesting, like about the backgrounds or, the way that they're incorporating much more marketing content on their site. And I'll just kind of go through an overhaul and say like, oh, I saw these things. I just think it's really interesting. It's helpful. And there's like, giving free like information to people is never a bad thing, because we are meant vibrationally to give, and not to give so that we can receive in return, but so that we can give and actually come from a place of compassion and build and foster the relationships with clients. So I hope these were helpful for you. These are some of the things I do every month. And guys, I have clients that I've worked with for 5 years, which I feel so blessed to still do. And I'm also continuously sort of working with new clients and braving the waters. So that's it for today's tips for the creative freelancers and your existing clients. And I look forward to bringing you more content soon. And of course, I'll be here for another meditation. So have a great week, and I look forward to our next time. Bye.